Every piece of artwork needs a starting point, and the outline of a woman's torso seemed right. I used string and sand mixed with glue to form a base to work from. I decided to start with a backdrop using all the neutral tones, including bronzers, powders and foundation. These were ideal because I had the most fantastic collection of shades, and the only way to show this was by presenting them together. I built what I would say represented the outside world around the image, a very rough terrain which was created using the technique finger painting with the makeup and glue. I felt the decision to use this technique was important as it really mirrored the Breakthrough Breast Cancer's Touch Look Check tool. The repetitive motion really puts emphasis on its importance of us all checking ourselves regularly. There's an area within the final piece where the fingerprints are clearly visible. Lots of glue and lashings of neutral toned nail polish were drizzled across to reinforce the larger pieces of makeup towards the outer edge of the piece. I was really keen early on to use the mascara brushes and decided to cut the brush and wand away from the packaging and have a play around with them. Quite quickly I could see their potential and built what I thought resembled a forest between the lower torso and the breast joint, almost creating a forbidden territory. My plan of attack to get the most out of my fantastic broad colour range was to colour code them in shades from dark to light. This would allow me to work effectively with them and utilise the broad spectrum of colours I had. So after the use of so many neutral tones, I decided to create a floral design that sweeps the female body to maximise the impact of colour. This represents growth, life, energy and beauty. As well as using a full array of colours to really enhance its visual appeal, I was determined to use all the types of makeup that were donated, even if only making a single appearance. And I did manage this, and the list of materials included are foundations, powders, bronzers, blushers, mascaras, eyeshadows, lipsticks, eyeliners, lip liners, nail polish and packaging. I even managed to use a few sets of donated false eyelashes which I didn't expect to receive, but just loved using them on the piece. Thank you to the kind and creative donators of these. The piece really evolved as I experimented with different types of materials, and quite quickly a landscape started to grow. It was only natural that my own knowledge and personal experiences would influence the piece greatly, and this began to come out subconsciously as I started to repeat my BRCA1 emblem that I had used as my subject matter during a previous art course. Its appearance is long strands in a spiral, and I would describe it as loopy and string-like, so decided to add more string along with wire and threads to enhance its presence. This became the connector between the body and its surroundings, representing how we constantly pull from the world and environment around us. Lifestyle and choices pave the way. As well as the string, wire and thread, the only other materials that were not donated makeup were PVA glue, sand, white and black acrylic, and as a further fixative, a few cans of hairspray were used to reinforce the works. The DNA repair system was another strong detail that I added to the body itself, and I did this by breaking then repairing the packaging by smashing it into pieces of various sizes and then building the body part with it. There is a real mechanical element projected here which puts focus on the DNA's replicating sequence and the body's continuous repair mechanism that happens continuously without us even realising. I took this one step further by putting in the base pairs A with T and C with G by using media cuttings which you will see often within my works. Quite clearly a narrative started to develop, stating strongly body versus the world. The mascaras allowed me to create a territory also within the terrain, and then pathways were formed highlighting how our choices in life will have an impact on our bodies of positive and negative effects. All materials were either mixed with glue prior to applying or smothered in glue to ensure they would stay in position. I used black eyeliners and liquid liners to create movement within the spaces so the eye would follow it across the work's length. One of the hardest things for me as an artist to do is finally finish a piece. Naturally, there's this continuous desire to keep on going and to improve it, but then the risk of overworking a piece can arrive, so you really have to pull yourself away. I did, however, continue to visit the piece for many weeks after all the canvas was filled to make minor adjustments and tweaks. I think the piece is a colourful representation of the beauty but complexity of the human body and its challenging environmental influences. The name I've chosen for the work is Shades of Life. It was important to me, despite the mix of content and references, that it looked vibrant, happy and interesting, and I do hope you feel I have achieved this. It has been a massive challenge, but also a very enjoyable one, and we couldn't have done it without the makeup, donations, so it's a very special piece that was actually created, not just by myself, but you guys also. So thanks to everybody who made this possible. Thank you for listening.